Lorraine, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's collective tarot love reading. I have your cards ready. I am going to deep dive and explain in detail by way of the cards what's going on with both you and your person. So let's go. Your crowning card today is the Hanged Man card. The Hanged Man card pertains to both you and your person, but your person especially. What the Hanged Man card is about is a disregard for one's own knowledge and knowing, a fear to trust in one's internal guidance, internal compass, one's inner knowing, a failure to express one's true wants and needs correctly due to a fear of rejection and a lack of understanding, because internally one has conflicted emotions from childhood. To understand the past is to gain courage to change one's skewed perception of love, to open up, to embrace and be vulnerable, to actually know what love is. The sacrifice. The Hanged Man card. Let's carry on. You have the Five of Swords. And so what the Five of Swords is talking about here, and I spoke about for your person, that disregard for their own knowledge and knowing when it came to their own emotions here, collective. Your person was conflicted, was in conflict here, an inner conflict is what I should say. So your person looked outside of themselves for guidance and outside of themselves for advice. And this was important for your person, because for your person, their perception of the truth came from other people. Now, it may have worked for your person in the past here, but what it also talks about here, collective, is that, and I spoke about your person not being able to freely express what they truly wanted here, collective, and they couldn't communicate that either here due to a fear, and I spoke about that, collective, of being rejected. And so your person followed other people's advice and guidance here. And that to them was the truth. Other people held the truth here in your reading. And this is exactly what happened when it came to you. But what it also talks about here, collective, that was your person in the past. Now, what it's talking about here, collective, is your person is able to, is beginning to, here, to trust themselves here, collective, their internal compass, their internal guidance here. And the conflict here, your person's had conflicted emotions from their childhood, but that has changed for your person is what it's talking about here in your reading. It's now they're in conflict with others that they listen to, others that they sought guidance and advice from. Coming in with the Five of Swords, because now they're learning to, is what it talks about here, collective, learning to trust them and themselves here, collective. And that's a new cycle for your person. It's a new way of, it's like being here. See, what it also talks about here, collective, is that in the past, it never sat well with your person by following other people's advice and guidance. Here, collective, it's coming in as it only benefited other people if your person followed their guidance. It never did anything for your person here, and now they're connecting the dots. This is what it's talking about here. To follow their own knowing, to trust in that here collective, that they know what's best. They know what's best for them. They know their wants, here collective. Coming in with the Five of Swords here in your reading. So they're learning to trust in themselves and the universe here collective. Yeah. In terms of what are their next steps here for them, for your person here in your reading. Yeah, of course you were involved with the Five of Swords here collective. Your person would have sought guidance and advice from other people here in order to, what do they do when it comes to you? And yeah, of course he collected, they listened to what other people were saying, but it's all, well, what it's telling me here collective, it was then that your person realized that they've never really listened to themselves, and they never really had the freedom here to truly express their wants and needs. And that's the truth. That's where your person found the truth about them. Now, you're coming in with the Three of Swords here collective. And once again, the Three of Swords is coming in as your person following other people here. And that it only benefited, I don't know another word for that, it only benefited other people. This is what it talks about. It never really fitted in with them here. It's a huge realization for your person is that they've been in fear. They have actually been trapped in fear because of rejection. But not only that, here collective, it was that lack of understanding for your person here as to how to express their wants and needs correctly. And because they haven't done that in the past here, see, your person is beginning to understand the past here collective. It's also about your person's past here when you're coming in with the Three of Swords. That they actually have a skewed perception of love here. Yeah. And where did that come from? Where was the start point for the Three of Swords for your person? See, what it's talking about here in your reading is that, yeah, of course, you're coming in with the Three of Swords here collective, but this is about your person solving that internal conflict that they had within them here, that was actually from a childhood here collective. It's your person connecting the dots here in your reading. That they never really, or they never had that understanding here collective as to how to express their true wants and needs correctly. It talks about lessons that your person has learnt and is learning about themselves and others here collective, and also about you. The Three of Swords. Now you're coming in with the Hierophant guy here collective. And so the Hierophant guy here in your reading is talking about your person's internal compass here. internal guidance here in your reading. Like I said, they're beginning to trust in themselves, here collective, and what they know to be true. And you're coming in with it here with the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords here, that about, why they were trapped in fear, why they had a fear of rejection here collective, and of course that they had a lack of understanding here collective, that they could change their perception. That's what it talks about. Or even that perception of how they saw themselves here. And I spoke about that internal conflict that your person had in terms of their emotions here collective, that they could change that they could connect the dots here. Because it talks about your person making that conscious effort to change here collective, and the change is coming in for your person. Once again, it's trusting in oneself here. See, what it also talks about here in your reading is that your person stopped loving themselves. Because of their skewed perception of love here collective. And that skewed perception of love for your person could have very well have been neglect, abandonment and rejection, or pain, hurts and fear. And to open up and embrace and be vulnerable, to know what love actually is for your person, is a huge thing here, collective. Yeah. It takes courage. That's what I'm getting. And I spoke about courage here, collective. Especially when you face the truth about you and your own negative and where that comes from. Wisdom. Now you're coming in with the Fool card here, collective, and the Fool card has to do with how your person behaved. The Fool card is coming in as negative attachments, negative patterns and habits here, collective, and toxic addictions here in your reading. It's talking about here, collective, cause and effect, and it's also coming in as consequences here, because with the leap of faith, all right, I just need to explain that here. You don't know the end point. See, this is what it's talking about in terms of your person, that at that time when they took a chance on people and they behaved a certain way, they didn't know how it was going to affect other people here, collective, but also themselves, and as well as you here, collective, because your person, to them, that had been a normal way of behaving here in your reading, and it was okay to be that way. This is what it's saying here in your reading. So discipline to your person was something totally different here in your reading. Discipline to your person was to not love here, collective. This is what it talks about. Discipline for your person was to remain in that heartbreak, that cycle of fear. And that was a way in which your person controlled themselves here, collective, controlled their emotions here. But it also talks about here, collective, those were childhood emotions here that your person held on to, because like I said, that lack of understanding here, collective, is that they didn't know how to let that go. They didn't know how to release and transmute that. They didn't know that they could. Here in your reading. The Fool card. Your person could be feeling quite foolish at this time, collective. And so what it talks about here in your reading is for your person, the risk is too great here to keep doing that, doing it that way, to keep following that cycle, that program here, collective. Because your person is, well, definitely, it's more than a wake-up call here, collective, for your person. It could even be a dark night of the soul for your person here. But it's not like it's one dark night of the soul or tawa moment here, collective. Okay? There is a lot your person is facing here at this time. All right? You're coming in with the King of Wands here in your reading. And what it's talking about here in your reading, well, it's saying here it's about your person's actions here, collective. Because they are facing the truth about themselves here, collective, and their reality here. I'm not saying that this person is aggressive or angry here, collective. What I'm getting with the King of Wands is that this person is the total opposite. Because they're beginning to understand themselves and their past here, collective, but on a deeper level, of course they knew about their past here, collective, but there's a change in the way, with the Hanged Man coming in here, collective, there's a change in the way in which your person expresses themselves. That's what I'm getting here in your reading, is that your person is beginning to trust here. What it talks about here in your reading is that your person wants to get it right. Now, what it also talks about here in terms of wants to come in correct, what it also talks about here for the King of Wands is this person is going to bring in a towel moment here in your reading. All right. Okay. Let me make sure I touch on this one. Yeah, it's a complete turnaround is what I'm getting for your person. They're still very attractive, that's for sure. But in terms of how they behaved in the past towards people, your person does have options in love here. When you came in with the Fool card, like I said, it's not a risk anymore for your person. It's not a risk that they are willing to take because of cause and effect here. This is what it's saying. It's telling me here in your reading is that they know the end point when it comes to particular people now. They know that now. It's before, in the past, it was about them here. And like I said, it was a disregard here, collective. Your person had a skewed perception. But this time, your person wants, it's the outcome. That's what I'm getting. They want a desired outcome here. All right. You're coming in with the Magician card here, collective. You know, the Magician card talks about, the Magician card is about self-mastery here. what it talks about here in your reading is that the choices that your person made in the past, what they have in front of them here, collective, this could be people, places, and things coming in with the Magician card. It's not about love for your person. That's what I'm getting. See, the Magician card for your person is also a wake-up call. Like I said, your person is not willing to take a risk or behave, here collective, the way in which they did in the past, here in your reading. They know the outcome. This is what it talks about here in your reading. That's what I'm getting. What your person is wanting is that frequency, is someone to match their frequency of love. That's what I'm getting here, collective, to actually know what love is. This is what your person is wanting to attract towards them. That's what I'm getting. And that's you here, collective. Okay. I want to learn your love language. Okay, collective. And they want you to learn their love language. This is how it's coming in. All right. Okay, now you're coming in with the Knight of Swords. And so what the Knight of Swords is talking about here, collective, is that over time, your person has been able to connect the dots here. Your person is learning about themselves and the choices, the decisions, the movements that they've made over time here, collective. What it also talks about there in your reading is they're beginning to learn why they behaved a certain way, why they have patterns and habits here, collective, and also toxic behavior is what it talks about here in your reading. They don't like it, collective, is what it talks about here in your reading. There are things here that your person has sorted and they're walking away from. These would have been challenges, a huge challenge for your person, because some of these things, best way to put it here, collective, your person in the past, it was about your person being accepted, your person belonging here, collective, and fitting in. Coming in with the Knight of Swords, what it talks about here in your reading is your person is beginning to question here. And that question, why they're beginning to question it here, collective, is because your person is beginning to trust in themselves here. As opposed to, like in the past, your person looked to others for guidance and advice here in your reading. You're coming in with the Page of Cups. And so what the Page of Cups is talking about here, collective, is your person's childhood, your person's understanding of love, came from how they were raised. This is what it's saying here with the Page of Cups. Your person's skewed perception of love here in your reading. And a lot of the choices that your person made here, collective, came from that here in your reading. And that's the truth here, where they listened to other people here, collective. They didn't listen to themselves, or they didn't know they could here. Now, you're coming in with the Tower here, collective. A cycle, a program is ending for your person. But what it also talks about here, collective, is your person is facing their fear. The fear about oneself here, collective. One's own neglect, abandonment, and rejection here in your reading. The foundation in which your person was hanging in here. The Hanged Man card, collective. Your person wants changes. That's what it's saying. Now, just before I carry on, collective, I'd just like to say I offer counselling, mentorship, advice, programs, and tarot readings. If you're interested, details are in the description box below this video. I'm not just a tarot reader. Your last card is the Moon card, here collective. What the Moon card is talking about here collective is your person facing their fear, facing their past, and knowing the truth about them, finding the start point, learning to understand the void, here collective, and where it came from. Your person is being triggered. All right, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Join us in the Facebook group and I'll catch you later. Bye.